Les Johns, are you working while on the road?
Do what? What'd you say?
All right. Good to see everybody. And, it was great that we were able to get more fans in the stands and get all the parents here tonight. And it's great having them. Certainly it feels good to get a win. It feels good to be rewarded and get in the left-hand column. I thought we competed hard. I also thought, our offense was extremely efficient. We went the entire game without punting, which is hard to do. And defensively, I thought in the second half, we settled down. We really didn't find a rhythm in the first half, and a credit to Campbell. I think they do an excellent job offensively of keeping people off balance. But I thought in the second half, when our ones were in there, we settled down on defense and played better. And again, really the story of the day of why it got to where it was is just all the turnovers. We did a great job of generating turnovers today, and, really took it from what could have been a competitive game to a non-competitive game because of all the turnovers. So I still don't feel like we're playing as well as we need to. We got to take these next 2 weeks and really get better in a lot of areas. And certainly, we need this time, and it's tough. We've been here 3 months, we've played 3 games, and now we've got to wait 2 more weeks to play again. It's really important that we're productive in these 2 weeks. But overall, I thought, it was a good performance. Our O-line did a great job run blocking. I thought, Christian Beal-Smith and Ken Walker did a great job running the football. It was good to see our outside receivers make plays. And it's great to get so many young guys in there too and get some experience, because we're certainly going to need that down the line. So with that, I'll open it up to questions. Last thing, I just want to thank our band for hanging out in the scoreboard there and providing some atmosphere.
Dave, what did you need to see from your defense tonight for it to be a successful night? And did you see enough of that to call it a successful night for them?
Connor, I'm going to go back and watch the film. Last time I got up here, I kind of said things that in retrospect, when I watched the film, weren't accurate. I like the turnovers. I like the pressure we got and the sacks we got. But at times there's still guys open. They were able to march the ball. They converted third downs. I still feel like we need to tighten down our coverage. Just at times we're playing with too much cushion and conceding throws that we need to challenge. Again, and this was a game that, we had the better personnel. So when I evaluate the film, it's really going to be more assignment wise, or eyes in the right place. This is a game you'd expect to win a lot of those physical matchups. I was frustrated at halftime. I thought, they had the ball, I think, for 19 or 20 minutes in the first half. Now, part of that is we scored quickly on offense, but they did a great job of controlling the clock, snapping the ball with 1 second, and converting and making first downs and keeping us off the field. So I still feel like that's an area that we have to get a lot better.
Dave, can you talk a little bit about the offensive line, how effective they were, especially in the first half, kind of passing game going a little later?
I'm sorry, John, when you talk, there's a huge echo. Could you say that again?
Just wanted to talk about the offensive line, how effective they were.
You were asking about the offensive line?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a group that we graduated some good players. Justin Huron's doing a great job with the Patriots, and Nate Gillum, and we lost some Jake Benzinger, and that group really needs to mesh and gel, because every perimeter player for us is a new starter. Every running back, tight end, all the receivers. And so we've got to be able to run the ball and allow Donovan and Atorian and Nolan and Taylor and Jaquari to kind of grow into their roles on the perimeter. And so we just kind of went into it today saying, hey, we're going to have to run the ball. And if we can do that, and they've got to start outnumbering the box, we'll have a chance to take some shots down the field. And it's encouraging to see Atorian Perry make those plays, but that's because of how well we run the ball.
Dave, in retrospect, how valuable was having the week off and getting a breather after the 0-2 start?
Oh, we wanted to play, Josh. I mean, in my mind, this will be our third bye week, because we were supposed to play September 5th or 4th. So that became a bye week. And then we played Clemson and NC State. We didn't want a bye week for Notre Dame. So, the only way to get better as a football team is to play football games. Now there's certainly things we need to do the next 2 weeks. But we need to play, but that's just 2020. You got to rock and roll with it. And, I'm sure now we're off, and at some point we may be off again. So we just got to make sure that we're making the best use of that time and being productive and getting better.
Dave, what do you know, if anything, about Luke?
We're not sure. We're hoping it's not too serious. He's been struggling with a foot issue, and it just, it started really bothering him, and we'll see, if it's a week or 2 weeks, or, until you have him see the doctor, you really don't know. But, Nasir Greer didn't play tonight. And, we've gotten, other than Jasir Taylor, we are really young in the secondary. If you saw Kalen Carson started tonight, a true freshman, I thought he competed. Nick Anderson's playing a lot, Zion Keith. Peyton Woolard. At some point I looked out there on defense and we had 8 freshmen playing. And that's the value in these games. If we can get guys out there and get them some playing time and have them make mistakes, they'll be better prepared to play against Virginia, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, and the rest of the ACC schedule.
Because of what it takes just to get to each and every Saturday, do the wins feel even more satisfying?
Oh, Josh, I think, I think games like this, the winning probably is more of a relief. I think, we're expected to win this game. For me, these games are more valuable is that you want to win them a certain way. And then you want to be able at some point in the third and fourth quarter to let guys play that you're going to need them. And the first time that they're playing, it isn't against NC State. Those are hard lessons. So, we played a lot of guys the last 2 weeks that really weren't ready to play. It would have been nice to have a game like this earlier, and maybe we could have avoided some of those mistakes. But that's not just us. That's every team in the country right now. So that's, competitively, we're at no disadvantage with that. We're just, as a coach, there's certain things you like to get done in September. And I always like to play the non-conference games first, that you can work out some kinks and you find the identity of your football team before you dive into ACC play. And, I don't think I know as much about our team right now as I typically would at this point in the year. So we're just going to learn on the fly.
Dave, is it reading too much into it when you have guys like Boogie Basham and Jaquez Williams are still in there in the fourth quarter and it's a 38-point game, that's how important it is to kind of iron out some things on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, we got Boogie out as soon as I saw that rep. What happens, Connor, is we have different subgroups. And, part of it is, on defense that we had some different packages in and we wanted to work at them and work out the kinks and have the players comfortable playing them in a game atmosphere. And, it's always that catch-22 of you don't want to have a guy like Boogie Basham get hurt late in the third quarter. But, we haven't played a lot of games and we need to get snaps and we need to get better on defense. And there were some packages that we were looking at that were a little bit new that we had to get executed in a game environment. So, we were walking that fine line on that a little bit.
Dave, any thoughts on scoring the 66 points and I guess tying the modern record in Wake Forest history, 66 points? I mean,
I'll be honest with you, I really didn't want to score 66.
Right.
We had that, I just wanted to get in there and run the ball. And then we decided to let Kern throw it on third down. And, we just had a quick speed out. We had a quick speed out route called, just trying to get a first down. And he got pressure and stepped up and the guy ran down the field. And I was happy for JD. I mean, JD's worked hard. And we certainly wanted to convert, but I've been on the other side and an FCS coach. And, I think Coach Minner and his staff do a great job. And we certainly didn't want to, embarrass them. So, again, I know you contract the game not to score, but I've been on the other side of it. And, that certainly wasn't the goal. I was very content when we were at 52. But, we put our backups in and we need to let those guys play and you're not going to tell them not to score.
Dave, how much different is a game with a little over 2,200 fans versus just having a couple hundred?
Well, it seemed like a loud and obnoxious crowd after the last 2 games. So, 2,200 is better than 50 or better than 250. And, hopefully as this thing moves along, we can get 5% or 10%. It's good to be able to have our students there. That's part of the college experience, but these are our new times. And COVID is still a very formidable foe. And we're far from, having defeated that, and the health and safety of our fans and our season ticket holders and our students still has to be paramount. We're very fortunate we're playing college football, but I think our administration and our government has been very safe and keeping the health and safety of the fans paramount. We do not want anyone catching COVID at a Wake Forest football game. All right. Well, thanks for covering us and hanging out so late. And, hopefully the ACC will give us a few more like noon or 3:30 kickoffs down the line here, so you guys don't have to stay up till 1 o'clock and meet your deadline.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your coverage. Have a great weekend.
We're not gonna make it. Right there. Can I take my mask off? Yeah.
Hey guys, we got Michael Juergens. He'll be the first up, and we'll open it up for questions.
Mike, can you talk about the offensive line, and you guys kind of dominated early and got the running game going? How important is that, obviously, to this victory?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was one of our big goals for this game was 200 rushing yards, and I think we were close to 300, right? And yeah, I mean that's really important to our game, just down the road, that we can attack the offense in multiple ways, and I think that definitely helped us tonight. We got two great backs back there, so it's good to keep them safe.
Mike, with all due respect to Campbell, is it a little easier playing them than opening with Clemson for your first start and then playing on the road at NC State?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. They obviously Clemson's a great team. NC State had a good D line, and we attack every week the same way. And Campbell had some good players too. And no matter what, any win we get, it's a celebration, and definitely want to run the ball like that.
You feel like you guys as an offensive line are gelling through this first 4 or 5 weeks of being in game mode?
Yeah, definitely. We get a really tight-knit group this year. We've been together for a while, and yeah, I think we're all getting along really well, and definitely in practice. All the guys, like, we know our calls before we make them, and just communication's really well across the board. Hang out a lot outside of practice.
Mike, did you guys say anything to the punter, Ivan, that he didn't have to do anything tonight? Did he say anything? Or
Yeah, I don't know if he was upset or happy about that, but it's always good to keep him off the field, keep him safe.
And 9 possessions, except for the last one was your 10th possession. You guys scored 8 times, other than the missed field goal by Nick early. I mean, just that's efficient. I mean, how can the coaches argue with that?
I don't know. I mean, every week we'll watch film, do some good things, some bad things, and correct the bad things. Get after Virginia in a couple weeks.
All right, guys, that'll wrap up Michael.
Hey. Don't be too hard on that. So.
All right, guys, next up, we'll have Donovan Green, and we'll open it up for questions.
Well, Donovan, just what was your view on the kick return, and what did you see before we all saw it?
So there was like three major blocks I was reading, and I seen them take their leverage on the right side. So I cut the gap, and after that I seen it was just open field. I know at that moment I was just gonna take it to the crib.
So who made the blocks?
I was reading so Bill's an off returner, so he takes the most dangerous man coming down. He got his, he blocked it out, and then I got Blake Whiteheart. I was reading off him, he blocked it out. I just took it right off them.
Did you have a kick 2 weeks ago against NC State that the coaches wanted you to return and you fair caught, the one at about the 14?
Yeah, the penalty, and I fair caught it on I was already on the 25. It was just I just wasn't thinking. I fair caught it.
So that's kind of a nice 180 from that to this week with a kick return touchdown. You feel like you kind of owed the coaching staff and the special teams guys a touchdown?
Yeah, after that happened, we talked about it in film. They got on to me about it. So, this week I was going to definitely be more aggressive back there.
Donovan, what was it like playing in front of more fans this week?
It's always better to see more people. You get to hear the crowd noise after making a play. And, from this point on, I hope it gradually gets better. It's always better to have, more fans out there. Make it feel more like a actual live football game.
Did they still pump that crowd noise in like they did against Clemson, though?
Yeah, they still had it. They still had it pumping back there.
Donovan, the other part of tonight's game that looked better than it did 2 weeks ago was the deep balls. I know there wasn't as much opportunity, but how much of a point of emphasis has that been for the last 2 weeks, and how much pressure was there on you and AT and the other outside guys to make plays on those balls?
We just know, as outside guys, we know that's our job. So in practice, we watch our film. We try to find every point to break it up and get better at it. And we know down the road, there's gonna come games where we're gonna have to make them throws. And we talked to our, Sam, the quarterback. He, break it up, put the ball in the right place, and keep it rolling.
How's your back?
My back's good, actually. Yeah. After the NC State game, we had some time off, and yeah, it's better now.
It looked bad. Was it not as bad as you made it look on the sideline or during the play?
I mean, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Look like Eminem from Hip Hop. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm weak. That's so funny. We good? You ready to roll?
Sam, your thoughts on the win?
All around just great execution. Both sides of the ball. Obviously running the ball really well. Obviously on defense, created a lot of turnovers. Zion Keith, a real dog from South Carolina with a pick six. I'd love to see that as a fellow mid-year that came in with me. I'm just proud of him. He's come a long way. And then, it's all across special teams. Obviously, Donovan Green's, kick return was awesome. And then you see young guys like Ellison and Jamal Banks getting in the action, JD Cable. Like, I mean, it's fun games to, be a part of, and especially, with all the work that everybody puts in, it's cool this is kind of a reward for us to be able to play right now with everything that's going on. So it's just great to, capitalize on those opportunities.
Sam, you guys are very balanced. How do you keep that moving forward? Especially, the run kind of got you guys going and then open up the pass. How do you keep that, going in your next game?
I think we just, do our jobs. I think there's obviously, opportunities all across the board in the past 2 games we played, and then this one we capitalized on most of them. And I think it just comes with us doing our job and then trusting in the system, and from there it just kind of works itself out.
Sam, how rewarding was it to see? I know you guys didn't have as many opportunities as the NC State game, but how rewarding was it to see a couple of connections on deep passes tonight?
Oh, it was good. We worked on it all in the weeks after NC State, and we've been working on it all year. And it's little things here and there, and we just got it done, and it's rewarding, but obviously still work to be done.
The defense gave you guys 2 early turnovers. How important was that for you guys at the beginning of the game?
It's huge. I mean, that's a huge part of our program, and obviously great field position. And I know we didn't capitalize on one of them, but scored on the next. And we got to do better for us. If the defense give us the ball past the 50, we gotta score, at least get some points out of it. And that starts with me and our offense. And but overall, I think the defense did their job, and it's just good to see that, and happy for them. And guys getting turnovers, it's always fun.
What was it like playing in front of more fans tonight, Sam?
It was cool. I had my whole family there. Mom's birthday today. She thinks I forgot, so wish her a happy birthday. And I got some, little card for her and everything. So that'll be a cool little, surprise for her. And it's good. It's fun to just see families and kids are, for the first time since June, are seeing their moms and dads and brothers and sisters. So it's special, and cherish it as much as we can, because it's definitely a cool experience. You all good?
Sam,
Sam,
what was it like just kind of handing the ball off and seeing those guys tear it up for nearly 300 yards tonight?
Pretty usual for those guys. I think they're special in the backfield, and obviously every time they touch the ball, they're liable to take one for 80 yards, and I'm just happy for them. Obviously, it's a fun game for them when they're just toting the rock and making big runs left and right. So it's always cool to watch Kenny Walker and Christian Beal make people miss, and me daydream during the game of being able to do that at one point in my career.
You had that one good run. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was all right. It's probably should have thrown it somewhere or something, but had to try and join in on the action. Oh, good. Let me go say hi to my mom. People, appreciate it. All right, guys, next up will be Zion Keith, and we'll open it up for questions.
Zion, where did you get that hat?
I got it from BD, our equipment guy. They give us a lot of cool stuff.
That looks like a hat he would wear, not something that you guys would wear. Like,
it's the new style.
Okay. Well, what'd you see on the pick six? It seemed like you were right there in the right place at the right time. What were you seeing before the play?
It was man-to-man coverage. And, the D-line created some pressure. Ja'Cory, Bull, those guys, they got back there. They got after the quarterback. And I saw him throw the ball up over the middle. And all I could think about in my head was, don't drop this ball.
Okay, and then once you didn't drop it, then what are you thinking? Like, you just see open field and get to the corner?
Oh, yeah, I saw green grass. I said, I can't get caught by a lineman. Let's take it to the crib.
Zion, that's your team's second return for a touchdown and interception this year. Have you guys done anything to kind of emphasize getting some return yardages after those picks?
Can you say it one more time?
That's the team's second picks of the season. Have you guys done anything to kind of emphasize getting some return yards on those picks?
Not really. I just think we have a lot of guys back, in the secondary. And guys don't only want, to create turnovers, but we want to score touchdowns and, do what's best for the offense and help them in as many ways as possible.
You guys forced 3 turnovers tonight. Was there an emphasis on that in practice, trying to force some more turnovers?
Coach Enfield has always made an emphasis, get the ball back, create turnovers. We have a goal set. I believe we played to that standard tonight. We forced a lot of turnovers, and it was just a great game. The defense was flying around, getting to the ball.
And you led the team in tackles in game 1. How do you feel about your early season play?
I feel like I could still get better. I have a lot of things on where I can improve. Nas is coaching me up every day. Coach Enfield is coaching me hard. I still feel like I have more I can improve in on my game. So, I'm just trying to get better each and every day and focus on the little things.
Zion, how do you carry over that defense in your next game? You got another weekend off. So how do you carry that over into your next one?
I just think we have to, come out and practice with the same enthusiasm as we did in this game. Stay locked in, stay focused, practice hard, fly around, play fast, stay focused, and just play, our game on defense.
You guys good? All right, that'll do it for him.
Thank you.
Next up will be Ja'Cory Johns. All right, we'll take questions for Ja'Cory.
Digging the shirt, Ja'Cory. Sweet.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk about the defense tonight, man. You guys forced a lot of turnovers. What was different for you guys tonight?
Yeah, the coach made a lot of calls, to allow the D-line to rush up the field, get up the field. Guys in secondary doing their job, linebackers as well. Everybody's playing together, and allowed us to get a lot of turnovers on defense to start our ball.
How much did that extra week off help you guys kind of, refocus for this game?
Allowed us a lot extra time, getting the film room to study our next opponent. A lot of rest for guys who had a little bangs up and little injuries, but in the end, they all did well.
Ja'Cory, what was the best positive out of the defense's performance tonight? Was it turnovers? Was it only 14 points given up? Like, what was the best thing you saw out of the unit tonight?
Pretty much the turnovers, in my opinion. Yeah, coach is big on defense guys getting turnovers, shutting them down 3 and out. So that was pretty a big thing for us on defense tonight.
It felt like to me, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like you were a little more active tonight. You were in the backfield a little more and making a few more plays. Was there something that went into that? Did you see something that you could take advantage of tonight, or have you just kind of gotten settled in within the defense?
Yeah, so this week, Coach Lott pretty much made adjustments to the defense where it allowed me to play more on the edge, rush the field a lot more to make a lot more plays. And so I just feel very more comfortable playing this defense. And I did a great job this week in practice performing. I just came out tonight and did the same thing as well.
Corey, any difference with the more people in the more fans tonight, with the more people in the crowd? Did you guys notice anything different?
Yeah, I guess there's a little more, excitement to the game, a little more environment to the game, made it feel more like a natural feeling to the football game. So I guess adding a little more fans made it feel much more normal as it has been in the past.
Anything else for Ja'Cory? All right. Thanks, Ja'Cory.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, next up is going to be Travion Red. You don't have to wear a mask. Okay. You good?
Yep.
All right, and we'll open it up for questions for Trey.
Walk us through your pick six, Travion.
Pretty much, I was coming down into the box. I was reading my keys, and then I saw the quarterback mesh, and then I saw him pull. I was just in the right moment, in the right time. He threw the ball. I went to tip it. I didn't even know I tipped it until I heard it. I looked up and the ball just sitting right there. So I caught it, tried to score, but I think it was the running back that caught me when I tried to break it outside. But we was just making plays out there and having fun.
Trey, was there any extra motivation? Was with the NC State game and you guys giving up so many points and yards. I mean, I'm sure you guys heard about that from the coaches and everything. I mean, what were kind of you guys feeling heading into this one?
We just wanted to come out and do our responsibilities. The past couple weeks, we haven't played as we wanted to. So we wanted to come out and play our ball, play our tempo, do what we're supposed to do, hold each other accountable, and that's what we pretty much did tonight. We caused turnovers. We was in the right place at the right time, and we was ultimately having fun at the end of the day.
Trey, forcing those turnovers, I mean, how big was that for your defense, giving the ball back to the offense?
I mean, our offense was running the ball great, so getting the ball back to them, allowing them to control the game with the run game, and seeing our running backs make people miss, moving the ball. It's great to see they putting up points, take the pressure off defense, allows us to go out there and play with more energy and have more fun.
Your dad has been able to come to the games, but what was it like to have more fans and for you to be able to look up there and see your dad, once again with that number one?
I love seeing my dad up in the stands. It just brings me joy, and then me out there making plays and him hollering my name. Even with the stands packed, I still hear him. Like, I don't know how, but I just still hear him yelling my name when I make plays and doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Trey, you guys were already without Nasir tonight, and then Luke goes down. What was the adjustment for the safeties tonight, and how did that affect what you guys were doing in the middle of the game?
Pretty much next man up. That's our mentality when injuries like that happen. We prepare as if someone goes down, the next person's going to come in. He got to play like a one. He got to prepare like a one. Even the twos, all the way down to the threes, you never know how many people you may lose in the game. Just have everybody prepared at all the levels.
You guys good? All right. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
All right, guys, that'll wrap us up for tonight. We'll get you Christian Beal Smith during the week. He had some family to go see, so that's why he did not speak tonight, but we'll make sure we get him during the week. So if you guys need anything, let Andrew or myself or any member of our staff know. And again, like I said, after the Clemson game, if you guys have any feedback for our staff and how we can do things better to help you, please let us know. Always appreciate that feedback. And have a good night, and let us know if you need anything. Thanks.